The one and only Minimoog Model D returns. Welcome to Music Gears, where we bring you the latest info on new music instruments, software, and other gear from around the world. Originally released in 1970, the Minimoog Model D changed the face of modern music and has served as the archetype for all synthesizers that followed. The all-analog instrument gained acclaim for combining the colossal sound of the 1960s Moog modular synthesizers with the accessibility of pre-wired modules, meaning that it could be played instantly and intuitively with no patch cables required. A groundbreaking innovation, the Minimoog was quickly embraced by a diverse roster of performers, such as Herbie Hancock, Kraftwerk, Jan Hammer, Sun Ra, Giorgio Moroder, Parliament Funkadelic, Pink Floyd, and Gary Numan, all shaping unique sounds and forging new genres with the instrument. More than a half-century since its invention, Minimoog Model D is back in production at the Moog factory in Asheville, North Carolina. An exceptional sonic tool and one of the most beloved and iconic synthesizers ever designed, it returns to inspire the next generation of electronic musicians. Built to last a lifetime, each new Minimoog Model D delivers the revered quality, undefinable feel, and authentic sound of a pristine vintage Moog. The coveted sound engine and audio signal path remain identical to the Model D that Bob Moog and his team engineered in the 1970s. This latest edition of the instrument also includes the series of popular functional modifications from the 2016 production run that expanded this storied synthesizer's capabilities. These modifications include a dedicated analog LFO with triangle and square wave shapes, a premium fader keybed with velocity and after pressure available via top panel CV jacks with onboard trim pots, MIDI integration, improved pitch wheel calibration, and a mixer feedback modification which allows the Minimoog Model D to overdrive and scream with the turn of a knob. Plus, for the first time in its history, the Minimoog Model D now features a spring-loaded pitch wheel that returns to center upon release. This enhancement, a popular artist request, allows for improved playability and wild performance flourishes. This newest edition also includes updates to the MIDI functionality, allowing for improved modern studio integration. The 3-oscillator, monophonic, analog synthesizer is securely housed in a locally sourced Appalachian cherry cabinet with a legacy-inspired walnut stain and hand-finished aluminum chassis. Sounding as vibrant and deep as ever, its legendary low-pass ladder filter, powerful oscillators, and rich saturating mixer retain the exact component placement and through-hole design of a 1970s-era Minimoog Model D. A stage and studio staple for 52 years and counting, the Minimoog Model D is a key piece of music history that continues to inspire artists of all genres, cultures, and ages around the world. Electrifying funk and disco during the 1970s, enabling new wave in the 1980s, anchoring the sonics of techno and hip-hop in the 1990s, and transcending genres since the turn of the new millennium, the sounds of the synthesizer are now as ubiquitous in music as the human voice. Throughout history, the Minimoog Model D specifically has been used by some of the most innovative musicians of our time. Bernie Worrell used the instrument as a foundation of Parliament Funkadelic's futuristic sound. Kraftwerk employed Model D on the pioneering concept album Autobahn, defining an entirely new genre of electronic music. Gary Numan replaced his live band's guitars with Minimoogs, creating the prototype for industrial music. The classic sound of the Minimoog Model D can be heard on Bob Marley's Catch a Fire, David Bowie's Low, and Dr. Dre's The Chronic, to name a few. Model D's distinct tone can also be heard in recordings and live performances from influential artists like Devo, Chaka Khan, Frank Zappa, Giorgio Moroder, 9 Inch Nails, Kate Bush, Ozzy Osbourne, Pink Floyd, Portishead, Rush, Jan Hammer, Phil Collins, Beastie Boys, Radiohead, Herbie Hancock, Sun Ra, and Paul McCartney. Few instruments have been as impactful to the world of music as Minimoog Model D. Now available to a new generation of creatives, the legacy of this celebrated synthesizer and its inventor, Dr. Bob Moog, live on. At the Moog factory in Asheville, North Carolina, every Minimoog Model D synthesizer is built by hand to its original factory specifications. placing the utmost importance on high-quality materials. All components are carefully sourced and crafted to capture the indescribable feeling of the original Minimoog Model D. Each unit that travels through Moog's production floor sees identical component placement and through-hole design of the beloved 1970s Minimoog Model D in a hand-finished aluminum chassis, secured to a handcrafted Appalachian hardwood cabinet. This attention to detail in materials and build allows us to connect directly to the legacy and character of this legendary instrument. The Minimoog Model D is more than just a collection of circuits in a box. It's a true musical instrument that is a joy to program and play. Bob, Moog, always recognized the importance of an instrument's feel, and we've gone to great lengths to honor his practices through the reintroduction and manufacture of this beautiful synthesizer. Steve Dunnington, VP of Product Development at Moog Music. In collaboration with Moog Music, the Will Gregory Moog Ensemble presents Archimedes' Screw, a live performance from 11 musicians, with the 10 keyboardists each using a Model D to add layers of sound to the composition as it builds. Utilizing MIDI integration for the 2016 and 2022 reissues, and MIDI to CV converters for the vintage units involved in this performance, the Moog Ensemble highlights the modern features alongside the classic sound. According to the group's musical director and composer, Will Gregory, the instrument's enhancements expand Model D's realm of sonic possibility. Model D is now shipping from the Moog factory. A true recreation of the classic Minimoog Model D analog synthesizer, each unit is hand-built by employee owners with care inside Moog's single factory in downtown Asheville, North Carolina. The first production run of the latest Minimoog Model D reissue is now shipping to trusted Moog dealers and distributors within the US and internationally. Please click the like button if you found this helpful, and if you'd like to stay informed on the latest in music gear releases and limited time discount offers, please subscribe. Thanks for joining us.